potential future husband should probably know this.
You have like 4 kids already?
Hello, everyone. If are we live now?
Yes,
Hello,
Winnie.
hi, Winnie. Hello, Winnie. Hi, OJ.
Hi, darling.
Hi, Esther.
Hello, everyone. And welcome to another sweet episode of Oche Kitchen Discussions. On today's topic, we're going to be discussing chasers and slackers. Who are the chasers and who are the slackers? Why are the chasers so persistent? Why are the slackers not so persistent? I just saw somebody who's just kind of tickling me. Okay. The chasers, why do they always go full throttle? Slackers, full throttle, and at some point the car goes, Women, do we like chasers or do we like slackers? Men, do you like chasers or do you like slackers? So all these things are going to be in our discussion tonight. But before we go into the discussion, let me give you a little bit of financial advice. My financial tip for today is allocate at least 20% of your income towards financial priorities. By priorities, I mean building up emergency savings, paying off your debts, and padding your retirement nest egg. When I said this thing earlier, if he said something that's saving for retirement, is it even necessary these days? This one that we are dying like foul at this young age and everything. So, but
I know.
Yeah, it is still very important for us to save. Nobody wants to be a burden in their old age. You don't want to be a burden on your children, trying to exhaust all their money before you exit this life and all. So it's always good to save towards your retirement. Now, my question goes like this. Hold on a second, please. I didn't come out with my glasses and all that. So,
blindness.
Okay. What is your view? Don't be small blinded. What is your view on a person who is chasing, pushing, or too forward in achieving a relationship quest? Is it a turn on or a turn off?
And Winnie, but this goes both ways. Both men chasing and women chasing men.
Yes, and women chasing, of course.
And women chasing women and men chasing men.
She said a person. She didn't say a man. She said a person. So it could be any of them.
Yeah, for the sake of our viewers. That's what I mentioned.
So it could be a man, it could be a woman doing the chasing and doing the slacking. So, in your own view, what do you think? Is it a turn on or a turn off? Chasing, pushy, or too forward in achieving the relationship? But that's a man or a woman who is like, I must have this guy or I must have this babe by fire, by force, by this, by that, by hook or by crook.
Winnie,
so
is it
a turn on or a turn off? All right.
Answer.
Go ahead.
Previously, let me say, growing up, I thought that pushy people are very serious people, that they know what they want to go for what they want. But from experience and looking at what's happening around, I now see them as crooks. Crooks. I don't believe them. They might be, no disrespect to any chaser here or out there, but that's the way I look at them. I look at them that let me rush it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, let me step out. I don't see any seriousness in them. And I see that there is always something they're chasing after. There's something they've seen they're chasing after, not on a positive light this time. But growing up, I had a different view. I thought that somebody that, they're very keen. He's been on my case. He calls every day, or comes around my street every minute, standing around and asking after me. But I have a different view with what I'm seeing today.
So in other words, it's a turn off then.
It's a turn off now. I think there should be moderation in everything. I wouldn't prefer somebody who would drip it today and leave it for another 6 months. That thing I said to you that day, what do you think? I think you're not serious. Is it a try a luck? So it's just having that balance for me. But too pushy, not a good sign for me. Thank you.
Does anybody else want to chip in? You know, for me, I like my space, especially if I don't like that person. I want you calling me per minute per second. You're calling my phone. You want to know where I am. You want to do this. You want to do that. Just for me, in fact, the bottom line is a turn off as well. It is a turn off. To be honest, I don't like that, especially if I don't like you. It's a turn off.
But if you like the person,
but if I like the person, now it takes two to tango. I can encourage you. It just is in our nature to do small nyanga and everything. You understand? Especially if you like the person. From your discussions with the person will even know that, this person is giving me the green lights and but but if I don't like you, there's no point. I'll look at my phone. Your call is coming in. Every time he's calling. I doesn't have anything to offer or anything to discuss with me. What is all this? It becomes irritating. That's the word. It becomes irritating and annoying. Sometimes you want to block the person's number self.
Because you don't like the person.
Because I don't like the person. So pushy people in relation is a turn off for me. That's just the thing. If I don't like you, emphasis on not like. So does anybody else have something else to offer? Oh, Jay, are you sleepy or something?
I have a very bad headache.
Oh my God.
So
can you chip in?
Yeah, if someone is doing the chasing, I think the person should be sensitive enough to know when to apply pressure and when to hold off. Like if he said, you don't talk to me and then 2 months later you go, hey, it's bad enough that you're coming back after a long time and you don't think you should, as you're doing that, hey, you should say, oh, I'm so sorry. I haven't been in touch. I've been ill or I traveled. Don't wait for me to ask you, because those are the things that make it tiring. So it depends. And if we're vibing and I'm really into you, I don't even care if you're going to suffocate me with calls. Okay. So I think at the end of the day, it all depends on what's going on. Like you said, if you like the person, if he doesn't call, you're miserable.
Yeah.
And maybe if he's at work, you'll be like, check in. Once it's 5 o'clock, you're pinging the person to say, what's up now? How was your day? Me, that's what I'll do.
I'm not using BlackBerry any longer.
So it all depends. If I'm trying to manage you and you're suffocating me, hey, in fact, anyway. So it depends on who is doing the chasing. There's a person that will be doing the chasing, and even if he puts all sorts of pressure, it doesn't mean anything. It's acceptable. Exactly. There's also a person that will be doing the chasing, and you feel, you take it stage by stage now. I've not even said yes, you're already doing like this. If I now agree, what would happen? So at the end of the day, different strokes for different folks.
Okay.
But I like slackers.
If you like nodding your head, doing thumbs up, doing this, doing that, do you have something to chip in?
Yeah, no, I think like we said, the key is when you first asked the question, I thought, no, I don't like people that chase because it's too suffocating. But then when you mentioned the key about liking, it's true. It's really about if you like the person, it doesn't matter if they call you in the middle of the night. It doesn't matter when they call you, you'd be happy to answer the phone and speak. But obviously, if somebody you don't like, it becomes, like you said, irritating. You just be like, let me block this person number because it's too much, So I think that's the key. The key is if you're attracted and you want that attention, you're gonna accept it. Even though for sometimes, it's beyond what you would do. For example, some people like to call people all the time. I might not want to call you all the time because I'm that kind of person. But I will do it because you're doing it. But then it gets to long down the line, I'll be like, hey, this is not me, you best stop, because that's not me. I'm following your pattern. I need to come back to my pattern so that you're used to it. You don't start complaining later on and say, hey, you used to call me all the time, now you don't call me, because that's not me. So I think it's being aware about how you are, like you're saying about, you have to know, are you a chaser? Do you like it? And actually, reflection, I am not a chaser, but I do like someone chasing me when, I like them. So that's the answer.
Okay. Can I say something, Winnie?
Okay.
So in as much as we're talking about the different modes and degrees of chasing, I don't think it means even if we're feeling suffocated by a constant chaser, I don't think that means we like slackers. I don't think anybody would enjoy it that this guy fancies you and he's holding back.
Speak for yourself. Some people like it.
Okay, fine. Like I used to say, I told my daughter, I said, call me old school, but as far as I'm concerned, in my book of thoughts, the man should be the predator. Okay, he should always make the move and keep at it. You don't just chat me up or try to talk to me and then you now relax and go on auto cruise while I do the work. You have to continue to chase me. Okay. Yes. I even tell the one that paid the right price, he has to continue chasing me. And that's why from time to time he will say, oh, we haven't done dinner, we haven't done lunch. I'm expecting those things. You don't start and then you stop halfway. No. So I don't like slackers. If you know that you're going to come close to me and you will not be spicing me with, sometimes make me feel like I'm still appealing. From time to time, you chip it in and,
Yeah.
See,
please, can we just hear from the guys?
Benson was asking, what's the topic about? Do you want to explain?
Okay. Benson, hi. Is about chasers being pushy and what's the word again?
Slacking.
Chasers being pushy or too forward in achieving a relationship quest. Is it a turn on or a turn off?
Not just one, Nike.
Yep. Not just one. Nike.
Hi,
did you hear me, Benson?
I guess it's on the bus.
Can somebody else take the question? Represent the guys, please. Can any of the guys just say something?
Jesus and slacker. I can say something.
Say something.
Okay, but then
Benson, Ndewo. I think we lost him again, or he's going in and out.
Yeah.
Network.
Okay.
So can somebody else just
Hello, I can go and say something.
Yeah, go
ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Then.
Yes.
Good evening, ladies.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Lost him as well.
Even when you get the girl, even when you have paid a bride price, even when you are married, even when she's had 2 or 3 children for you, flirting with your wife or your partner or your girlfriend or somebody you're interested in should be a constant thing. You understand? As in, there's no room for slackers. I take no prisoners, slackers to be condemned in their entirety. As in, what's it, for God's sake? Women enjoy being soft-spoken to, listened to, understood, and then their issues managed. So all that should be part of chasing. As in, you don't say because it's not your girlfriend, then all the courtship stops. You don't open doors for her anymore. You don't take her out for fancy dinners. You don't take her to movies. All that should be part of it. Even when she's a grandmother, do that to the end, my guy. That's what I think. So, for me, slackers should not be encouraged. Chasers should be encouraged every step of the way. And there's a point where the woman still has to do her part as encourage him, compliment him when he's doing the right things. massage his ego, make him feel good that, man, no woman could be luckier than this to have you. You know, things like that. Even encourage
No,
him to go.
but if it's vice versa, we have spoken as women. You can now say as
No,
a
that's what I'm
man,
saying.
a woman chasing you like that.
Oh,
How would
chasing
you feel?
me?
Would you think the woman is being pushy, or is it irritating? Is it
I
annoying?
think I like.
Yeah, there's network issue. Yeah. Ufuma, we can't hear you now. I think there's a problem with the connection. Yeah. Okay.
You are interested in the person. Okay. Each one
We didn't get
mutuality
what
comes
you
in.
said.
I think the feeling has to be mutual. If a woman is chasing me, for instance, and I like her, then I will encourage her by coming out and saying, yeah. But if I'm not interested in this person and the person is chasing me, for God's sake, it doesn't work that way. I'm sure it works the same way for you women. As in a guy coming after you and you're not interested in the person.
So the key word
I'm sorry,
here, Esther and I are correct, is like. We need to like
Yeah,
that
that's what I'm
person
saying.
to be able to encourage the person.
That's the,
All right. Can I say something?
that's the point of mutuality.
Repa, yeah. I'll tell you something. Listen to this comment. This was part of a discussion elsewhere. And the person said, when I was a bachelor, a lady friend was dropping me off from work and she told me we could drive straight home to my apartment, spend the night, and then he will give me a change of clothes, right? To go to work the next day. But this guy slacked. But when he realized himself, using his words, he said, when my eyes cleared, I should have even gone to spend the night and wear the same shirt to work. I slacked. So in his case, he's regretting not being pushy or being forward. Even though he didn't have anything. Apparently from this chat, he liked the girl.
Yeah.
So why did he slack?
Because he's a slacker. Is that straightforward? He's a slacker.
You don't get liver. That's all.
Yeah, because it's bad enough. It's bad enough that this woman decided to make the move.
You don't get liver.
In her shoes, if I summon up courage or whatever it is and make that move and you slack, I'm closing my door forever.
Straight up.
Even if you're crawling on your knees, asking me, that's not going to happen. That is me. I don't know about any other person, but that's what I do.
What I regret most is when chased and I slack, the opportunity never comes back again.
Exactly. That's just the thing. It doesn't come back.
Can we have Ike's view on this? Can you ask him there? Yeah.
What view do you want to hear? You guys have covered all the bases. Which other view do you want to hear? You have covered everything. And like, sorry, Esther, I think it's Esther that said it. If you like someone, for the women, if you like someone, obviously, you like Winifred was saying, you do small shakara and then, whatever goes. But for men think a different way. To be honest with you, let me tell you this. Men think with the nether region. That's what a man thinks. He's not thinking with his head. If he's attracted to you, you make that offer, it's only if you no get liver that the man no go take up that offer. But if a guy if he's attracted to a woman, let me tell you something. If a girl approaches me, or a chaser, a girl approaches me, and she's not my spec, I'm not, sorry, I'm going to let you down. But in a maybe try and be a kind way to let you down. But if a girl that approaches me is my spec, what they consign me? There's no debate about it. Stories.
You won't think of your own morality, at least to behave mature.
Which morality?
Yeah. What morality
are you talking about? We're talking about somebody approaching you. Is your spec? Is what you like? Is what you want? We're not talking about morality here. We're talking about just chasers. And
that's morality can come afterwards.
If we're talking about morality, let's talk about that. That's a different thing. What we're saying is, I'm sitting here. If he comes and meets me, OJ, okay, let me not talk OJ because the person is here. He will attack me. So let's say they come and they're my spec and they come and approach me. Story. There's no. If but was about it, if he comes to me and say, I come to my house, we change clothes today, I'll say, don't worry about the clothes. I wear singlet. I will follow you. I will wear singlets. I'll wear singlets to go to work the next day. I don't care. So and then also, some women don't like pushy. Even though a woman likes you, you have to be sensitive to the fact that you have to balance pushy. You gotta be able to balance it. You have to be sensitive enough to know when to kind of draw the line. You just don't come and be, yes, because the woman likes you, keep bombarding her with 20 phone calls every day. I don't think any woman likes that one that much. Forget that story about but somebody calling you every single minute. After a while, it becomes a bothersome thing. So you have to be able to know the limits, where you can go, where you can push back a little bit, where you can go. It's like a cat and mouse game until finally the deed is done.
So when the deed is done, it's all over?
No, it's not all over. You continue. It is something that has to go. You have to understand that. And I always tell somebody something. I have young men that come to me and say, hey, I tell somebody here, you meet a woman, you are having don't wait. I'm just saying this. You have to be consistent in what you do. When you meet a woman and you are going at her 10 times a day, be ready to continue going at it 10 times a day. You cannot slack off, because when you do, she begins to question your commitment to that relationship. If you met your woman and you were taking her to the movie, taking her out to whatever, try and maintain that. If you don't, women will suspect you, because when you don't pay that attention to her the same way, she will think you are giving it to another person, the same way you did to her at the beginning. So start off the way you want to start. So if I tell newly married couples, don't come and be giving it every day like rabbits, because you cannot maintain that tempo. No way. It doesn't work. You can never. So try at the beginning to maintain what you can maintain over the long distance. That's the way I look at it. So for me, chasers is always the good. Slackers, never.
Okay. Thank you, Clyde. Before I ask my question, Esther, you raised your hand. Do you want to say something?
Yeah, no, I just wanted to ask a question about, because I think as women, we're taught not to really chase.
Who told you that, Esther?
No,
nobody told me that.
Esther is correct. Esther is correct. Esther is
correct. I didn't hear that.
Like, so I'm just thinking, like, sometimes the problem, if you meet somebody, you really like the person, and maybe they don't catch the vibe that, you're interested, and then you can't go and chase them, then you're sitting there frustrated. So I'm just asking, like, on the women's side, what do you think about women chasing?
Go ahead and chase it. That's like you've not been chasing. Go ahead.
I need some training. How to chase.
I can do want to answer that.
I don't think I can do it. I would like.
If you refuse to understand that I'm texting you often, I'm checking on you as much as I can. If you refuse to see that that's a green light, that is your business. I'm not going to come out right and chase you.
Yeah. Ask you, have you eaten? How was work today?
Did something interesting happen in the office?
Yes.
But let's not mistake it. Not all of those kindness or niceness means chasing. You should not make it look that.
No, but from what Esther said, you can just use that. You can't come out and tell the person, "Oh, I like you. Let's date. Let's do." You have to start doing small checking up on the person. How was work today? Oh, I saw you. You looked nice. This, that. Like OJ said, it's the green light. If he fails to see that, then that's it.
Then you will keep slacking in the relationship if you hit it off.
If let me point out something to you. You have to know something. There's two grades of women now. There's the generation, your generation. Your generation was taught that a woman does not approach a man. That was what taught. Your generation, women stayed back and let the man approach them. Even though you like the guy, you'll be dying inside you. You like him. Wow. The only way sometimes you can go around about it by maybe telling somebody who's close to the man or something, so that they can get. That's where you were.
Wow.
In the present day, the younger generation, they believe that if they want something, they're going to go for it. They go for it.
So they're not slackers.
which class of women
Can
you
I
are
say
dealing
something?
with, right? So
You see,
the bottom line there is this. When a woman is giving you the green light, you as a man should be sensitive enough to know when that green light is coming around. If the woman all of a sudden starts asking you, you are looking good today, eating, I don't need to be told that you are, how was your day today? In fact, certain things will come. You as a man, if you are a very sensitive, knowledgeable, playful man, will understand what that means. I may follow up on it.
Okay, thank you, Ike. I would like to take my own question now. But before then, the CLO moment for today is the most attractive thing is effort. When someone sees you at your worst and still thinks you're the best and makes effort to either make you happy, makes the effort to be by your side, and makes the effort to fight for you, that person is worth keeping. If the person is not a slacker.
It's a chaser.
Well done. Well done.
So that brings me to my question, and I'm going to want to have Ati to say something. So does the target, that is the person being chased, either male or female, determine the style or momentum of chase? Ataibo, what do you think?
Hello. Hi.
Are
you a chaser or a slacker, Ati?
I'm a chasing slacker. I do both. No, it depends, because I like to be chased and I like to chase people. That's just the way life is. But obviously the relationship determines the momentum of the chasing. So when you want me, do everything you can to get me. When you get me, don't be doing the same thing. You have to change the momentum. So I would think to myself, if I see somebody that I like,
higher. Okay, so sorry, Ataibo, when the person gets you, when the person wants you, the person has to do everything he can to get you, right? And when he gets you, do you want him to migrate to the next level or to tone it down?
Next level, but not as intense.
Okay.
Not because you got me already. So when you're trying to get something, you want to buy a pair of shoes, you save and save and save. You do two, 3 jobs to buy these shoes. When you buy the shoes, then you wear it properly. That's the way I see it.
You won't wear it in muddy waters.
For what now? Makawai. You know? So that's why I think, the target, obviously, the target and the chaser. Yeah, it does determine. It depends on what you want, what you're chasing this target for. They're for different reasons. If you want a bit on the side, the chasing get as it be. If you want somebody for keeps, the chasing get as it be. So every target has different kind of chasing. Because sometimes.
And then when you also consider the person you're chasing, right? The person's emotional makeup and all that.
It depends on what I'm chasing you for now.
Because if you're chasing a Jaguda like Ife, whatever comes is not.
No, if I'm chasing a Jaguda like Ife, I know what I want from Ife. I want some Jagudarism from her. If I'm chasing a gentleman like Ufoma, I know how to talk nice and use nice words and be polite. But if it's people like Ifoma or Ike or no, those are Jaguda people now. Forget that one. Just say whatever I like, do whatever I like, and I still get what I want.
What did you say?
Sorry, were you there? Sorry, I didn't
get to me.
Okay. Thank you, Ati. Faith Okereke, would you like to say something?
Ati has cracked me up.
How are you? Wow.
I'm good. Good to see you.
Wow. Okay, I saw the topic and I joined. I had a bit. Okay, I didn't hear so much to know the direction, but the topic chasers and slackers. Hey, I had Ike saying something. Okay, probably I can pick up from there. Yeah.
So Ike was actually giving a response to the first question, but I would like you to give a response to my own question. And the question is, does the target, that is the person being chased, determine the style or momentum of the chase?
Wow. Does the target, sure.
Okay.
For me, a guy, as a man, women are different. women are different. Women, for me, is the target. To your question, okay? So a woman, when you chase a woman, is going to be different from the way you chase another woman, right? That's for me. And women are different. Women have their own style. Women have what they like, what they don't like. So you have to apply them differently.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? You have to apply them differently. I mean, that's my.
I think you're saying the same thing like Ati said. Depend on the type of person. If it's a Jaguda babe, different momentum.
It might not be, if you say that Jaguda or whatever, but some women like it cool, some women like it hot, some women like it rough. You know, you must take time to understand those
Wait, Faith. The way you're describing this thing, some women like it rough. Are we still on the chasing stage?
Both.
Because I don't think anybody wants to be chased in a rough way.
There's rough chasing.
No, for real. Nobody should chase me with rough. No.
I would say it's like that. Yes, let's be matured about it. I'll start where I'm coming from, but let's be matured. So women, if you're chasing them, you come straight to the point. Just tell them what you want. But some women like it. Okay, take time, take it easy. You know,
subtle.
What do you say?
Okay, some women like it when you're subtle.
Yeah. You know, but some women come.
Yeah, but even when some like you to be direct, I don't think it still amounts to being rough. Or is my head? Maybe my headache is disturbing me.
And first slap and first problem before.
Some women like it direct. Some women like it. Okay, message. How are you? They tell me, pass those moves. No, but some women like it direct. Come, what do you want? You know. So you must understand. How to understand the person first, you know. Okay. And I'm going to share my experience. A bit. I'll just say a bit. Okay, I know I told you for my bit before I started this chat. IK was saying something. Sorry, I'm taking you guys a little back. You know. Sometimes.
That's fine.
Sometimes men, women make the chase. Yeah, we know that. You know. But sometimes, as Ike said, the guy has to be smart, to be sharp, to pick up the moves and all that. But sometimes, some guys are not, not in the mood, or they don't pick up the advances. They don't pick it up. And when they realize, they go back and it's too late. I've had growing up, as a bachelor, I've had such experiences like that, you know. I had an experience when I was I had just a friend, where she had a car, I had no car as a bachelor. So she was dropping me off. She said, "Hey, Faith, what are you doing? Why don't you come to my house tomorrow morning? I'll bring you to work. I'll give you my shirt." I didn't pick it up. Later, she said it again in the car. I didn't pick it up. So when I dropped, I went to. I was talking to my friends, my guys who are bachelors. What is wrong with you? You wear the same shirt to work the following day. Why must you even think about that? That's even the. So I think my mind didn't. So just let you know. Sometimes, guys, your mind might not be there when the moves come. So 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 slackers, but sometimes the guys might not be there.
So Faith, for that singular incident, you were a slacker.
Yeah.
Did you try to rectify it later?
Sure, I tried to rectify it later. After some time, but the truth is that, hey, there are. I learned in life that happened once, twice. There are situations that require immediate action.
Wow.
It doesn't come again.
Thank you.
It's not I like you, I love you, or no. There are situations that come up, circumstances that require immediate action. If not detected, then forget it.
Okay. Ataibo, thank you, Faith. Thank you for your contribution, and thank you for the experience you shared with us. We appreciate that. Ataibo, you've been itching to say something. Please.
No, I just want to share one very quick experience. I had a guy chasing me. He liked music, poetry, blah, blah, blah. That's not my style, but I just thought, give him a chance. One day we were talking, this guy was just talking blah. I just said to him, I said, come, uncle, stop there. Let me kiss you. Let me know that I like you or not. Because all this talk you're talking, I'm not understanding what you're saying. The guy said, I said, you want to kiss? I said, where's the mouth? He said, I said, you don't want to kiss? He said, okay, what, I don't have time. I'm an old man. By the time you start taking question, I will have died. And if he kissed me and I like the kiss, then we know where we are going. Take all this singing. I don't come and like you. What was the point? You have wasted the time that will never get back again. And I said, how many brothers do you have? He said, because you talk like a man. I said, that one story.
I heard though.
But I still kissed him. And then we thought, okay, yes, now we're talking. Now you can talk, I can understand what you're saying. I don't have time to waste. That was all. Goodbye.
So did you like him after the kiss?
It was all right for the moment.
Okay.
You know why I say that? Why? I'm not being nasty to him, you know. He now kind of got carried away. He misunderstood my being forward to being desperate.
Oh.
He misunderstood that, so I had to cut it short straight up. I mean, he's tried very hard now to try, because he's thought about it, and he's now calling and everything, but it's like, no, it's God. It's always conversation. It's God bless you, my brother.
That ship has sailed.
It has said, it's always God bless you, my brother. I say to him now, God bless you, my brother. End of, move on.
Okay. Repet, do you have anything to say to this?
How are you?
Yeah.
What was your question again?
Okay, I know, I'll talk.
Does anybody else have anything to add before I hand over to Ife?
Okay. Oh, Repet, you're mute. Actually, he's speaking, but he's on mute.
He's muted. Really?
Unmute yourself.
He's on.
Okay, sorry. There's something I like to digress from what Esther said, as in being brought up. Because the question I like to ask you as a child that you're speaking to as an adult, you do what works for you. If they brought you up that way, of course.
Oh, Repet, you're somewhere not very good with network connection today. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Moving on, I'll ask the next question. He's still talking, but the network is terribly poor where he is.
Reality sets in later in life. I begin to form to you.
All right. Okay. I'll ask the next question, and when he comes back, he can join us. Is it true that the persistent chasers are always? Oh, before I say that, I have my affirmation for today. 50 affirmation is a bit of a long one, but very interesting. I have 4 sentences that will make you rethink your life. 1, happiness is not the absence of problems. It is the ability to deal with them. Number 2, feeling sad after making a decision doesn't mean it was the wrong decision. Number 3, you are not stressed because you are doing too much. You are stressed because you're doing too little of what makes you alive. And the last one is, the lesson you struggle with will repeat itself until you learn from it. Okay, so my question now is it true that the persistent chasers are always after one thing, in bracket, sex, or even your money? And the slackers are more for long haul, but get tired of chasing easily due to lack of skills. So these 2 statements, are they true? Do you agree? Let's see. I'll drop you in it.
Okay. I don't think somebody who's persistently chasing you necessarily means that they're after one thing. Maybe they see something in you that you haven't seen yet. Because I think sometimes our mind might not be there, you know, we might not be in the right situation. We might have just come out of some difficult situation and we're not ready to open ourselves up. So having that somebody to kind of keep at it and keep trying to get to know you and making you feel secure can actually lead to something very good. So I wouldn't agree with that statement 100%. It can sometimes happen that people are after you for different things. Because at the end of the day, we have to realize relationship is always about what you want out of it. We all go into relationship for something, you know, whether it be just someone to talk to, someone to, you know, build a future with, someone just to make you feel good. You know, it happens. But for me, I've learned that, you know what, my intention is going to relate with somebody might not necessarily be the same thing that they want for me. And it's about having a conversation to find out if we're both on the same wavelength. The second part that you said was about, do I think slackers will lead to no?
Yeah. Do you think they get tired of chasing due to lack of skills?
I don't believe in 100% that one. That they, and I think like some.
Is this my connection or their connection?
Because they have.
Essie, we lost you there again. I don't know why. Okay. Yeah.
So
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Before I ask the next person, there's a comment here from Repet. He said, "Men all die to be chased too. We envy women even when we chase them." So you chase a woman and you keep thinking how we are being chased. Anyway, thanks for that comment, Repet. Faith, what do you think? Is it true? Do you believe in this statement that chasers are always after one thing, sex or money or favors, and that slackers get tired of chasing easily due to lack of skills? Do you agree? You're mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Okay. I agree with the first one. Okay. Chasers, there's either something, either money or sex or anything. Yeah, there's a motive. Might be long, but there's a motive, definitely. You can't just But the second one, slackers. Yeah. How I put it to you, because of my experience, circumstances
did you lack skill at the time you slacked?
No, that's because I didn't lack skill when I slacked. I mean, there's always a skill. But there are sometimes you don't get the message. That's the picture I'm trying to
You lacked the skill because you didn't have that skill to chop and go, to be fast. That was the skill. Let's find out from Ike, because Ike heard this story.
Maybe the guy's mind wasn't there at that moment. Maybe he's going through stress or something.
He lacked the perception.
So that's what I mean. His mind wasn't there, or going through stress. Circumstances can make someone not think that way. He mustn't think that way all the time.
Okay, let's hear from another guy. Do you want to take this? Do you agree on those statements?
Can you give me the message? Can you ask the question again?
Okay, the statement. There are two statements here. Do you agree with them that persistent chasers are always after one thing, in bracket sex, money, or favor, and the slackers easily get tired due to lack of skill?
The first statement, I won't completely agree with the fact of saying that chasers are only after one thing. But yeah, I would say yes, in a 60-70% of the time, or most of the time, if you're chasing someone, of course, you're after something.
Persistent chasing.
You're persistently chasing the person. So it's the same thing. Your spouse now, your spouse persistently chased you, hopefully before you got married. So he was chasing you for a purpose. So yes, chasing has to have a purpose behind it. Okay, so either you're chasing for a long-term relationship, or you're chasing for a short-term, quick, sex, or you're chasing for money, of whatever you gain from it. Okay, so yes, chasing has to have a purpose behind it. And let's all be real. No matter how much you want to clothe it, all of us have a goal behind. I won't waste my time chasing a woman for nothing. It's not going to happen. You chase her for something. Okay, so it might be whatever you might call it, but it has to be for something. Then for slackers, anybody who's a slacker, to me, doesn't have the conviction or the strength to go the whole way. A slacker gets easily discouraged. A chaser does not get easily discouraged. If you're a chaser, you're not going to, because the woman says no today, now lie, you will continue. You will continue because you are a chaser. That's the build. You know that you can wear her down.
Because you have the skills.
Slackers are not patient enough.
That's what we're trying to, Winfred, that's what we're trying to figure out here. Is it because they lack the skill? Because that may be the answer, that they lack the skill. That's why. I
don't know if it's my distant connection, but when you hear it, okay, so you see a woman say, I would never date this guy. He's a bad guy. But after a week or 2 weeks after, you see her dating the guy, and you're wondering, what happened? You say you never dated, but because the guy was persistent. In everything we do in life, you're focused and you're persistent at it. You eventually, in most cases, you eventually win out, because the lady will know that, because chasers give the impression that you are very valuable to them. And nobody doesn't like that impression, that feeling of a guy making you the object of his attention. So if
no, I disagree with you. That's what I said earlier on. Maybe you hadn't joined in. Growing up, I saw it that way, but with life experience and what I read on paper and everything, watching movies, I now totally disagree. But if
that guy is your spec, if that guy is your spec and you like him and he's persistent, my dear, it's a different ballgame. If you like him and he's persistent, it's a different ballgame. We got to know that thing. But that's what separates a chaser and a slacker. A slacker will not have that persistence, will not have that courage, even in most cases, to continue to pursue, because it's a slacker. The first time the woman gives him a cold shoulder, a slacker backs off. You know what I mean? And then sometimes you are slacking because you didn't read the signs. Like my brother was saying, when the lady offered the thing, he didn't clue in him. Maybe he was distracted with something else. And then later on, he's like, whoa, my God, I just missed an opportunity. And you know those kind of opportunities, they only come but once. Me, I'm waiting for the day a woman will chase me. So far, I've not been chased. If you can believe that, you believe anything else. But if you can believe that, you believe anything else. But I'm waiting, seriously waiting.
Let's believe it. Let's pretend it's true.
No, for somebody to chase me like I chase, let them chase me persistently.
We don't know how you chase, so we wouldn't know.
Hey, I want to have that feeling, because you women are the ones who have been feeling this. We women, we want to be chased persistently. Chase us. We want it. Men, am I speaking your mind? Please, I know I am. And most of the men will agree.
Faith, you're mute. We couldn't hear you.
Can you hear me now? Can I talk?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. See, most times you guys are saying slackers. Everybody, you girls, slackers. How about if the guy says he's not interested? If a lady is chasing him and probably she's not his spec and he's not interested, will he call him a slacker?
No, we won't call him a slacker. No, you're being outright because you show that you don't want it. Well, on the other hand, when you're chasing a woman, you've spoken to her this week, you give it another 3 months before you call her again and say, babes, how about that thing I told you? You're slacking. You're not forthcoming. And it irritates some women.
Faith, that singular incident that happened, for you to be looking for a way eventually, take it or leave it, you were a slacker at that point.
Sure. I'm not arguing on that.
For that singular incident, you were a slacker.
I'm not arguing on that. I slacked that moment. I mean, I owned up.
Okay.
I owned up. No. It's something I owned up.
Don't worry. Opportunity like that will come again in your next world.
No.
Not with the same
in your next world. I didn't say now.
No, not now. No, it's over.
No, in your next world. Okay. Anyone has anything to add? Ufoma wants to say something, but his connection is really playing up today. In the absence of that, it's been an interesting conversation. And there's been applications and discussions about women who are gearing up, who are ready to chase men. If you've never chased a man before and you're able and fit, or in the right standing or position to chase, go ahead and chase. Now just go to teach and talk. Do what makes you happy. You only live once.
men, some women, like we've just figured out that it depends on the personality of the person you're talking to or you're chasing. For those who don't understand what chasing we're talking about, chasing is going after you, making advances of proposal. We have one more question. I think we have a few minutes to ask that question. It says, why do you think that slackers give up after a while of chasing and not getting any positive vibe?
Like I said, not being patient.
Impatient. They're not being patient enough. How long do you want them to stay?
Just like the chaser, step up your game. Chase, do the chasing. You understand? You don't just, you see something that you like, right? And you go after that thing. And the woman is still in this early shakara stage and everything. And all of a sudden, you just stop. Then after 2 months or 3 months or 5 months, maybe she posts a new picture or what, you now remember. You just say hi. Yes. And you now say hi again. And then maybe she replies, hi. Waiting for the next thing to come up, you just go blank without saying anything else. So, see, patience and what do you want the person to do? Keep on hoping. That your high now, the next one might come December 2024. You know? So, it's impatient. So they should step up their game like the chasers. That's why the chasers are persistent, because they know what they want. They keep coming and coming. They won't take no for an answer. They want this thing, whether it is by hook or by crook, whether it is for the sex or the money or whatever it is. I want what I want.
Okay, there's a comment on YouTube, on our YouTube page. And the person said, some people slack because their hands are full already and they're not desperate for you, but rather they're trying their luck on you as a side attraction. And this is possible. This is possible. What do you say? That's true. That's true.
You mean their hands are full? Well, yeah, it's possible. If your hands are full, no, you can only contain a certain amount. Of course, you're not going to you're going to be. But I don't know if I agree totally in that sense, because if you're a chaser and a woman is giving the green light, no matter how full your hands are, you are still going to try to do that. Take advantage of that green light. So when you talk about hands being full, hands being full depends on the man. If your hands some people one person is the full hand for them. Somebody 2, 3 on your Ife is going now the way he's going. 10 women will not be enough for him. That's a full. It's not a full hand for the man. He's moving on. So full hand depends on the individual. It does not depend on. So for me, that does not really fly, because if you're a chaser, when that green light is given, whether your hand is full or not, you're going to take advantage of it.
No, I think what I read from this, or what I understood from this, is most slackers, just in quotes, most slackers are people who want side attractions, not because they are not busy. They have something, but it just is a pastime. It's okay, I'll throw it in. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, that's what I read from that. Yeah,
but when we're defining slackers, let's be the definition of a chaser and a slacker is the word slack. If you go to dictionary and look at what slack it means, it's somebody who does not take advantage of stuff. So unless we're trying to remove that word from what we're talking about, because what we're saying in this instance is that a chaser is somebody who is focused, goes after what they want. A slacker is not. That's just the definition. So if we're going with those definitions, then you being a slacker doesn't have anything to do with just it's a passing phase for you. It means that you are not as focused as the other party. You will not take the rejections. Any rejection, you slack, you move off. But a chaser will not, because of rejection, because he will continue chasing, persist in his goal until he gets what he wants.
Otherwise, the chaser is otherwise known as a sharp guy, isn't it?
Or a player. Any way you want to play.
We call them players, yeah. Let's hear from Ati. Ati, you've got your hand up.
No, I can say what I was going to say, because I found out from my own experience, when I go out to gardens or whatever, the married men seem to be more upfront in chasing women. And when I ask one of them why, he says, if you say no, she better have a wife at home, I will go back to. So they seem to have more confidence because they have a backup plan already. So the single ones always think that if I go there now and she nails me and she doesn't then, or I feel embarrassed. But the people with their hands full seem to be more persistent than those that have nothing in their hands. And I don't know why they don't have anything in their hands. That's what I was going to add. Why you laugh?
Thank you. You made another valid point. It's been an interesting day, to be honest. Best, I know you'd have loved to say something. I don't know where you are, the connection. Ben.
Yeah, I was under the ground.
I noticed.
I was under the ground.
Okay.
I was on the subway. So again, what are you guys talking about? I'm not chasers now.
We're talking about Ike versus Ben.
Okay. Ike,
HSR.
Why is it that people what's so wrong with you people here? I'm a very innocent person. I just have opinions. Very innocent. Just have opinions.
I can't imagine.
You're very honest. You're very, very, very honest.
So, I will say she want to apply to chase me. Oh, please, I'm ready. Please chase me. I'm ready.
Okay. Check your inbox for details. Bye.
Anyway, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. If you've not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so. Oche Kitchen Discussion on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel. You can always go back and watch our clips on YouTube channel, on Facebook as well. Share our link so others can watch and join us. We are actually pleading. We need people to be part of what we're doing. A lot of people watch our program, but they've not subscribed to our channel. Please be a part of what we're doing and fully. I'm sure we've all enjoyed ourselves today. Please stay with us. Same time next week for another interesting topic. Thank you. We love you all. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.